Tonight we have zucchini blossoms, fresh from the organic.
Are you having a good time?
Yes.
Animal-themed nail artist and cocktail waitress, Frida, is seen watching an exclusive interview of a billionaire tech mogul Slater King, who has recently stepped down as CEO of his company following a public apology for undisclosed past actions. In his absence, he appointed his CFO, Vic Mahoney, as the new CEO of King Tech. Now, Slater lives on a remote island, claiming to be a changed man. However, it won't be long before we discover whether his transformation is genuine or merely self-proclaimed. In the following scene, Frida's boss reminds her that today is the most important event of the year, the King Tech Gala. Frida is working this exclusive event alongside her close friend, Jess. The two are best friends, sharing an apartment and offering each other emotional support. As the event unfolds, Frida is captivated by the presence of Slater King, a prominent tech mogul. When the gala begins, both Frida and Jess don elegant, royal-themed disguises and make their way into the party. Eager to catch the attention of Slater King, the guest of honor, Frida confidently approaches him. However, she suddenly slips, but to her surprise, Slater King steps in to help her, who is enchanted by her beauty and introduces her to his therapist, Dr. Rich Stein. Frida and Jess spend the rest of the evening mingling with affluent guests and Slater King's circle of friends. After the event, Slater King extends an invitation to both of them to visit his private island. As they embark on their journey to the secluded island, unaware of the danger ahead, they are about to be pulled into a web of intrigue far beyond anything they could imagine. What secrets lie hidden beneath the island's surface, and how far will they go once the truth is revealed? Upon arriving at the island, Slater's assistant, Stacy, collects their phones, assuring them that they aren't obligated to do anything they're uncomfortable with. Present at the gathering are Slater's friends and business associates, photographer Vic, private chef Cody, DJ Tom, and recent graduate Lucas, along with 3 female guests, reality TV star Sarah, aspiring app developer Camilla, and lawyer/stoner Heather. The women are accommodated in lavish rooms, receiving gift bags filled with perfume and enjoying a luxurious holiday experience. This is further enhanced by gourmet meals, cocktails prepared by Cody, and potent hallucinogenic drugs. After Slater departs, Frida freshens up but becomes frustrated upon finding an overused red lip gloss, which she angrily discards. Suddenly, a loud bang on the door startles her, followed by a strange encounter with a maid who seems to recognize her and calls her Red Rabbit. In the next scene, Slater and Frida take a walk through the garden, where Slater opens up about the therapy he is undergoing with Dr. Rich, which focuses on repressed memories and trauma recovery. As they stroll, Frida notices that all the local workers have the same snake tattoo on their hands. Shortly afterward, Slater's assistant, Stacy, appears carrying several red gift bags and informs Slater about maintenance issues at the island house. By nighttime, at the dinner table, the guests discuss their professions. When it's Frida's turn, she dismissively says she's still trying to figure it out. Meanwhile, Jess notices that the photographer, Vic, is missing his pinky finger. Later, Vic introduces a black bottle containing a mixture of psilocybin and MDMA, strong hallucinogenic drugs. Frida is the first to try the drops, and soon after, the island's inhabitants are seen partying through the night. As the days pass, Frida grows closer to Slater, and they continue their hedonistic lifestyle, partying day and night. However, strange occurrences begin to unsettle her. She finds dirt under her nails without explanation, and the housemaid's behavior grows increasingly odd. One night, Slater notices a scar on Frida's forehead and asks how she got it. Frida, puzzled, responds that she doesn't remember. In the following scene, Slater's therapist, Rich, arrives on the island, and Frida claims to recognize her from a past gala event. Shortly after, Slater's assistant, Stacy, hands Rich a red gift bag. That night, during a wild party filled with drugs and revelry, Jess is bitten by a snake. Slater quickly kills the snake, assuring everyone that it's non-venomous and won't cause any real harm. Later, Jess confides in Frida, expressing that she feels uneasy and wants to leave, sensing something is off about the island. However, Frida convinces Jess to stay, using guilt to persuade her, and Jess reluctantly agrees. The following day, Frida stumbles upon a room filled with dozens of identical red gift bags. Through a closed door, she spots the housemaid preparing a strange liquid. Unknowingly, Frida is tricked by the maid into drinking snake venom, and the maid repeatedly refers to her as Red Rabbit, which sends Frida into a panic. This moment marks a pivotal turning point in the film, as Frida is on the verge of uncovering the dark secrets hidden beneath the surface of the island. One morning, Frida wakes up to find her nose bleeding and her fingernails once again covered in mud, with no explanation for either. At breakfast, she notices that Lucas smells like women's perfume. Later, while the men are away fishing, Frida realizes Jess is missing after spotting her yellow lighter, but none of the other women remember Jess at all. Alarmed, Frida rushes to Jess's room, only to find it has been converted into a storage space. Sarah knocks on the door and hands Frida Jess's lighter. The lighter has Jess's name written on it and confirming she also believes there could be a whole another person but has an unclear memory. Frida confides in Sarah, telling her the island feels strange and that they seem to be forgetting things. She mentions the unexplained mud under her nails, prompting Sarah to reveal a mysterious bruise on her arm with no known cause. As they continue talking, it becomes clear that none of the women know each other well and were randomly brought to the island. Frida recalls Slater once telling her, "Forgetting is a gift," and soon learns about a flower native to the island, capable of erasing memories, which has been secretly added to their food and perfume. Frida convinces Sarah of the truth and persuades her to drink snake venom, which acts as an antidote to the memory-wiping flower. Together, they trick the other girls, including Stacy, into taking shots of the venom to restore their memories. Sensing an opportunity while Slater is away, Frida sneaks into Slater's office to retrieve their phones, only to discover they are out of power and have no service. The men return from their fishing trip, and Slater heads straight to his villa. Frida narrowly manages to hide under the table just in time. While hiding, she begins to recall strange events. Gradually, her full memories come back, and she realizes the horrifying truth: the men have been sexually assaulting them every night and erasing their memories using a mysterious flower. Frida remembers that when the flower's effect didn't work on Jess due to the venom in her system, the men brutally killed her. Frida also discovers a Polaroid photo featuring various women and men, holding red gift bags, which reveals that Slater has been regularly inviting guests to sexually assault the women. As a twisted parting gift, he provides them with perfume to use once they leave the island. Later that night, at dinner, Frida and Sarah are both on edge, consumed by paranoia as men dressed in black arrives to clear the table. Realizing the men are preparing to commit their vile acts once again, Frida and Sarah decide to dance seductively, attempting to distract and stall for time. They desperately hope that the other women will soon regain their memories, giving them all a chance to fight back. Eventually, Camilla and Heather's memories return. In a fit of rage, Camilla stabs Tom to death, leaving his body floating lifeless in the pool. Meanwhile, Heather violently attacks Vic, striking him with a heavy stone chessboard, but is ultimately shot and killed by Stan, Slater's security guard and a former Marine. Amid the chaos and bloodshed, Frida attempts to escape, fleeing into the woods with Stan in pursuit. Just as Stan is about to kill her, Sarah intervenes, bludgeoning him to death and seizing his gun. The injured men retreat to Slater's villa, terrified and bewildered by how the women have regained their memories and uncovered the truth. As tensions rise, Slater kills Camilla and taunts Lucas, accusing him of being passively complicit in the abuse by choosing to do nothing to stop it. Slater then orders Katie to go after the remaining women. However, Sarah confronts him with the stolen gun and, without hesitation, shoots him dead. Stacy, now having regained her memories, still attacks Frida, choosing to remain ignorant of the men's actions. During the struggle, Frida manages to stab and kill Stacy. Afterward, when Frida reunites with Sarah, she shows her a Polaroid picture of herself, leading to a shocking revelation: Frida had been on the island the previous year and experienced the same horrific events. During her earlier escape attempt, she had bitten off Vic's pinky finger and scarring her head on a rock, but her memories were wiped afterward. It is also revealed that the maid had recognized Frida from her distinctive red rabbit fingernails. Now armed and resolute, Frida and Sarah head toward the villa to confront the men. Meanwhile, Lucas, in a desperate bid to escape, is accidentally shot and killed by a trap set by Frida and Sarah, intended for Slater. As the confrontation unfolds, Slater traps Frida inside the villa, leaving Sarah outside. Inside, Slater greets Frida with a twisted sense of familiarity, mocking her by noting she had outdone herself compared to the previous year. He then dismisses his earlier apology, laughing as he declares, "There is no forgiveness, only forgetting," implying that forgetting is the only way for humans to escape the pain and suffering of their trauma. Slater then steps outside, leaving his vape on the table, to search for Sarah. He manages to catch her off the pool, binds her hands and feet, and drags her back inside the villa. His intention is to kill her with a knife, but he suddenly pauses. It's revealed that while he was away, Frida had laced his vape with the memory-erasing perfume, turning the hunter into the prey. The effects of the drug cause him to forget recent events, and he panics upon seeing the bodies around him. In his confusion, Slater slips, knocking himself unconscious as the villa catches fire. As the flames consume the building, Frida and Sarah manage to escape, leaving Vic to perish inside. However, Frida secretly pulls Slater from the blaze, motivated by hidden personal gains. Sometime later, Dr. Rich, another man who had assaulted Frida on the island, encounters a visibly disoriented Slater. By now, Frida is married to Slater and has taken over as CEO, keeping him under control by continuously drugging his vape with the memory-erasing flower.